I've been using the Google Pixel 9a for about 9 months now, and as you can tell from my previous videos, I am a huge fan of the value that this phone offers. But it's not perfect. The most important thing to keep in perspective throughout this entire review is the Pixel 10 Pro starts at $999 and the Pixel 9a starts at only $499. That is a $500 price difference. And let me just tell you now, I do not think that the Pixel 10 Pro necessarily offers $500 of additional features. Let's kick things off with the design and build quality. The polished aluminum frame feels great in the hand and provides plenty of grip in daily use. It also comes in on the lighter side at only 186 grams. One thing that helps with the weight is the amazing plastic back. I love the way it feels, and mine has held up great over these last 9 months. Whatever coating they gave it makes you forget that it's plastic. I really appreciate how subtle this overall design is, and since I've also been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 quite a bit recently, I really love that there's no camera bump or annoying wobble when using it on a flat surface. Now, the bezels are thicker than what I would want them to be, but keep in mind that this is $500 cheaper than the Pro model with thinner bezels, and I am telling you, as someone who uses this phone frequently, you will not notice the bezels after using it for an hour, but you will absolutely notice your bank account having $500 more in it. This is the first time in a while that the S series is offering what I would consider legitimate competition to the Pro models, which makes me excited to see what Google will do with the Pixel 10a coming out in just a few months as expected. You get competitive water and dust resistance at IP68, which is great at this price point overall, especially for the price. The design and build quality are just fantastic. Moving on to the display, you get a 6.3-inch OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. Unlike the more expensive Pro models, it's not getting an LTPO panel, meaning the screen flips between 60Hz and 120Hz instead of dropping all the way down to 1Hz, and honestly, for $500 less, I don't mind that at all. One great thing here is the peak brightness. You're getting a massive 2700 nits, which is actually brighter than the S25 Ultra that costs $800 more without the anti-reflective coating. It's still not quite as good outdoors as the S25 Ultra, but the brightness is still very impressive. Whether you're gaming or watching content, this screen looks great and performs better than I expected for the price. Luckily, you can do a lot on this screen because of the fantastic battery life. I normally get between 9 and 11 hours of screen in time, keeping in mind that most of this is on Wi-Fi for my use calls, messages, music, photos, videos, content consumption, gaming, and emulation. The battery has been rock solid. If you're not a heavy user, I can easily see this phone lasting to full days. The one downside with the battery is charging speed. You're getting 23 watts wired and 7.5 watts wireless. That's fine for overnight charging, but if you're used to something like OnePlus fast charging, this will feel slow. It takes about 2 hours to go from 0 to 100%, and wireless charging is even slower. The technology exists, and manufacturers like OnePlus have proven it. Google really needs to start implementing better battery tech moving forward. Now let's talk about the camera, because I do have one major complaint that I didn't have during my initial review. I still recommend this phone, and I still think it's an incredible value, but within the last month my ultra-wide camera simply does not focus. Software resets and even a factory reset didn't fix it, so this appears to be a hardware issue. That said, the camera system overall is still incredible for the price. You're getting a 48-megapixel main sensor, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 13-megapixel selfie camera. I took this phone with me to Lima and Arequipa, Peru, and I was genuinely impressed. The main sensor delivers excellent dynamic range, natural colors, and fantastic detail in every lighting condition. This is classic pixel magic. Night photos look clean without being overly properly processed, and pixel image processing turns what would normally be unusable shots into photos you can actually share. The ultra-wide, when working properly, does a good job, and the front camera performs well across different lighting scenarios. At the end of the day, this phone provides way more value than the $500 you pay for it. If you want a cheaper phone that prioritizes camera quality, this is an easy recommendation. As for performance, yes, the Tensor chip looks weak on benchmarks compared to Snapdragon 8 Elite chips, but benchmarks don't tell the full story in real-world use. This phone performs like a flagship. Apps open quickly, multitasking is smooth, animations are fluid, and even gaming and emulation work without issues. You're getting 8 GB of RAM, which is more than enough for most users. Security is also solid, with both an under-display fingerprint sensor and reliable face unlock. The software experience is where Pixel really shines. You get clean Android, 7 years of updates, and fluid performance even months down the line. Some AI features are missing due to the RAM limitation, but honestly, that doesn't bother me. The phone still delivers an enjoyable, fast, and reliable experience without unnecessary background AI running all the time. So, after 9 months of use, do I recommend the Pixel 9a in early 2026? Absolutely yes, just buy it. The only catch is timing. With the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10a coming soon, it might be worth waiting if you want the latest hardware. But if you can find the Pixel 9a on sale, it's still one of the best values you can buy right now. This is an easy recommendation at the beginning of 2026. Incredible battery life, a bright and beautiful display, fast performance, fantastic cameras, smooth software, and hundreds of dollars saved compared to a flagship. So, what do you think? Is the Pixel 9a your next phone? Thanks for so much watching, guys. See you next time.